What's up, guys? Vape with Mr. J here.
Man mode.
And you're probably thinking, looking at the title, thinking, what the hell? Alright, so I went to the vape shop today, the same vape shop I went to last week. And while I was there last week, I was looking at the case. And I seen 3 mechanical mods there. And, well, obviously, I've been wanting a new mech for a long, and I mean a long, long time. So, as the title states, yes, I did spend over $200 at the vape shop. Probably the most I ever spent in one day. So let's go ahead and show you what I got. I actually got two things. The first thing is this Avid Life AV Timekeeper, which is a really nice mod. It's got an aluminum body, brass top cap, brass button with a copper contact. Does have a lock on it, hybrid connection. We'll get to that here in a second. We'll get to the setup in a second because I bought an RDA to go with it. So the second thing I got, if you can tell by the back, Goom 528 Custom Goom. Got it in this color. So we'll go ahead, throw it on here. The build I have in here is just a standard round wire 4 wrap on each coil, coming in 0.14. Go ahead and take the top cap off. Alright, so with this, the venting's on the bottom, so that means positive side goes down. Put this on. Make sure you don't cross thread shit. There we go. Also got some juice as well. The juice I got is, let me see, what is this? Wandoris. It is a tropical chewy candy. 6 milligrams of nicotine or 0.6% nicotine by volume. Again, basic build in this. Oh, unlock it. Hits hard. Hits extremely hard. Go ahead and throw the top cap on here. And if you ask, guys, this is a competition mod. So for the mod itself, it was $150, and then for the RDA, it was $60, and then for the juice, I think it was like around $29, $30. So total, I think came to like 219, maybe 229. I can't remember. I don't have the receipt on me, but I spent well over $200. Actually, $200 alone with just the setup itself, because 150 plus 60, that's $110, $111, or not 100, $210 to $211. I don't know why I said 100. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's got a safety lock. It does use neodymium magnets or rare earth magnets. And the more you adjust it out, the longer the throw is. I just adjust it out just a little bit. But you get adjusted out a little bit more. And to give you a general idea of how hard this mod actually hits and how conductive it is for being an aluminum body shit. This is what I mean. Magnets, people, magnets. All right, so just to give you a rough idea on how hard this mod hits, this battery is sitting at 3.69 volts. 3.69, and you seen the fucking clouds I was getting off of it. Now, if I was to put the same battery and the Tsunami Mech with, keep in mind, with the same build and the Tsunami RDA, doesn't hit nearly as hard. Nice dense clouds. I don't like building on the goons because they're a pain in the ass to build on. Especially if you're not used to clamps. I'm not really used to clamps. I don't use clamp style RDAs that much, other than the dot mod dot 24. That has sort of a clamp style, but it's really easy to build on. But I got it built. It took me about, as Jay Hayes was, it took me about 15 minutes to finger fuck the coils into the fucking RDA itself. It was a pain in the ass. But I got it done. Got it fired. Fires evenly on both coils. The airflow. The airflow on the Goon is like my favorite feature of the Goons. The Goons have really, really nice airflow. I had the V1 version, or the version 1, that has the, I think the 3 air holes on each side. And I absolutely love the airflow on that. And the flavor I get from Goons, or the Goon RDAs, are just, they're incredible. They really are incredible. So this was actually the cheapest of the bunch, coming in at $159, or not 159, 149.99 or 150. I haven't even started drinking yet. All right. Well, anyways, the show shall continue. So that was the cheapest of the bunch. They had one for 300, and I think the other one was 350, or they both were 350. I don't know, but I'm not going to spend that much on a mech mod. I'm lucky I even got this one. But the guy at the vape shop was really helpful. Like, I asked him if they would recommend any RDA to actually go with the Timekeeper. And they recommend me 2 atomizers, the Goon version 1.5 for 60, and the Kennedy. I don't know how much the Kennedy was. Didn't get a price on it, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go with the Goon. It's a lot cheaper. I already knew what I was getting into with the Goon because the clamp style and everything. It worked out in the end. Mech's really easy to vape on. Doesn't have a super strong magnet to push against you. Throws pretty easy. Damn, that juice is banging. Let's go ahead, because I'm done talking about this. I mean, this is my, if I ever do comps, this is probably going to be my competition setup. And yeah, where the hell is my my bottle cap? Or yeah, my bottle cap. Oh, there it is. All right, so this juice, it is a tropical chewy candy. It tastes really, really good. It's really sweet. It's got like a fruit taste to it. When I first started vaping on it, because it is 6-nic, it was kind of harsh on my throat, but as time goes on, I kind of get used to that. All right, so flavor. What would I rate the flavor? Well, I'd give the flavor a 6.5 out of 10. Bottle design is really nice. It's not too flashy, but it's got enough colors there to be a nice label. Clouds. Well, that is subjective on the type of, all right, so I always did rated clouds for, or juice in clouds. Now that's really subjective, and Motor will agree with me on this one. That is subjective to whatever type of build you're using, the RDA, the build, the resistance, how hard it actually hits, or in the terms of regulated mod, how much power you're actually pushing through those coils, and yeah. But with this setup right here, as hard as this mod hits, it hits decently hard. The build is perfect. It's my standard build that I use for mechs, single battery mechs, because it's right in that sweet spot of being kind of low but not too low, where you're drawing excess amount of amps from, say, a 20 amp battery. So yeah, but let's go ahead and get some clouds. So as you can see, it's nice and good, and that hit was a little bit dry. Yeah, that was a little bit dry. But it hits good. It's real good. Hard hitting mod. Fucking love it. I tried polishing the brass here to get a little bit more shining. I did do a little bit to it. It did turn out really nice because it's kind of patinaed or tarnishing, because it's been in the shop for so long and everything. But the juice clouds, I'll give it a 5.5. I've seen better juices. I don't know what the ratio is on this. Let's see if it says. Let's see, 75% grade vegetable oil and 25% propylene glycol. So it's a 70-30 or 70-25, or wait, what did I say? 75 to 25. 75-25. So, alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the Revenant Delta kit. Because I know that's one thing I needed to do was do a review on this. Alright, so battery life on it with the coil that it comes with is absolutely amazing. I can get a really decent gaming session out of it. Or I can get a pretty long gaming session out of it, and even some more when I wake up. So battery life is great on it. It is a hard hitting mod. I absolutely do love the squonking system on this, especially the fill system on it, where you put your bottle of juice down, you push down, and you squeeze. Effortlessly, it's easy to fill. Leak proof or leak resistant. You don't, like with traditional bottles that you have to squeeze and you got to fill them up and everything. That honestly, for somebody who coming, I'm doing this as a perspective of somebody who's trying to get into squonking. When I first got into squonking, it's like, okay, well, it's all we had at the time, and I was kind of put off because, like, when you fill it up, you put juice just gets everywhere. So the fact that Revenant and TVL came out with this kit right here, absolutely amazing. The fill system, the squonk system's absolutely amazing on it. It works. It's easy for somebody who's a beginner. It's kind of like a cigarette lighter, you know how, or a butane lighter, where you stick the little nozzle into the little hole, you push down, and yeah, in this case, you add one more step. You got to squeeze the bottle. But, yeah. Alright, so talking about the mod, functionality-wise, it's really good. It, takes an 18650, a 2700, or a 21700. So I think the battery versatility is great, because not a lot of people can, or have access to 21700s or 2700s. I personally do, because that's what my normal vape shop carries. So the fact that it can use 3 different types of batteries is absolutely amazing. And screen's nice and bright on it. I don't know if it's full color. Let me see. No, it's not full color. I'll turn it back down to 70, because that's where I've been vaping it at. What else can I say about it? I have to say the paint is really nice on it, other than it is a mega, and I mean a mega fingerprint magnet. Like, honestly, it's fucking out there. But the paint does seem to last on it, compared to some of my other mods. Let's see, any scratches on the bottom? Not really. Not really. The bottom's shiny too, but there's no scratches on it. So that's neat. Also, it does have a clock. I have not set the clock because I have an Apple Watch, so I don't need to set the clock on the mod. But it's good if you do need a clock and you don't have a watch or anything. So that functionality is pretty cool as well. Although, one thing I do have to say, and this is to me a con, or subjective con, I wish Revenant and TVL weren't on here. You take away the two names on each side, mod would look sleek. Really fucking sleek. Also, if you're going to go with a gunmetal, go with a brushed gunmetal, not actual polished gunmetal. Again, brushed. All right, so brushed gunmetal and brushed red would look, well. The red is, yeah, the red's shiny too. It's a fingerprint magnet. If you went with more of a matte color, like a matte gunmetal and a matte red, that would look so much better. So much better. And you know, that's weird. I haven't really had, like, any product I review in the past, I haven't had any issue or any cons for these products, but this one has a few cons to it. So yeah. But enough about the mod. Let's go ahead and talk about the RSA. So, what do I think of it? Okay, well, the flavor's okay. Not the best flavor in the world. It is easy to build on. It's clamp style. And you can also use this with mesh, so That's something all interesting in itself. But it has okay flavor with a single coil. Does produce decent clouds, as you see. Produces decent cloud coming off a single coil at 70 watts, and the build is reading 0.25. Um, but no, there's not much else I can say about the RDA. It's there, it works. I mean, you could swap it out for something, say, a little bit better, maybe like a dead rabbit or something. Let's see what other. You could also swap it out for a for recurve. That might look nice on it. Do I have any other Squonk RDAs? Drop Dead. I don't think I do. Yeah, no, not really. I do have a lot of Squonk RDAs. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. So the mod, I would honestly rate it at 5.5. The RDA, sorry I have to say this. The RDA gets about a 3.5. It's not the best RDA, and I see what a lot of people are meaning. It's there, it works, but doesn't have the best flavor. I mean, if all you're going for is clouds, then yeah, maybe that's a 5. But I want something that produces both good flavor and decent clouds, so for me it's a 3.5. I think this is the first time in in my YouTube history of where I actually gave an RDA a very, very low rating. 3.5, man. You should have done better. Maybe if you would have taken that single coil, because I find single coils best work in like the smaller RDAs, like the 22s and shit, where it's more compact. I think if you would have done that, it would have been so much better. But because of the size of it is, I think it's like what, 24 millimeters. Yeah, I think it's 24. Let me. Yeah, that's 24. Yeah, if you would have just made the RDA just a tad bit smaller. I mean, take a look at the recurve for an example. Single coil RDA has excellent flavor, has decent cloud production, had decent airflow. I prefer that for squonking RDA over the what the fuck is this fucking thing called? The reload. So. But I know what they were trying to do. They're trying to get people more into the market of squonking. And it does work. It does work. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you can find the mod by itself, find the mod by itself and buy a recurve to throw on top of it. You won't be disappointed. I've used the recurve extensively on top of my Pulse 80 watt that I actually upgraded to be 90 watts. And I'm not disappointed with the Pulse. So yeah. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to be alerted when we upload new videos. Anyways, I am Vaping with Mr. J. And we are signing out.